welcome. My name's Beck and you're watching at Beck's Crafty Nook. It is Tuesday. I had to go to work yesterday, so I've lost a whole day of doing YouTube work, but I've got a few things to update you on. I've got a few things in the works. We're joined by the doggies. We got Latte and Sizzle and a sneak peek of a project over there. So first off, we missed the upload yesterday. I was working on something over the weekend, which you got the sneak peek of, but I am going to show it to you because hopefully that's going to be Friday's video. Am I slipping? My tripod is broken, so I just I have to balance it on there now. The little clamp where you clamp the phone is broken. Are you right there? Oh, that's Dave. Wait. Come in. Up your pub. You come sit over here. Okay. Dave was asking to come in. Here he is. Hi, Davey. Hello. Hi, boy. Where was I? Oh yeah, no videos yet. So I've got the amigurumi video, and we were having issues with that because of all the crinkling, like a lot of crinkling. But you'll never guess what, I was mucking around with it this morning at the school drop-off, and I had noticed the other day when I was editing, there is an option. I use KindMaster, pay $60 for the year, and I'm just used to using it and I know how to use it. So I noticed an option that said noise cancellation or something like that, and so I clicked on that today, and it's a plugin. So I downloaded it, and when you click on it on the clip, it got rid of the crinkling completely, and you can still hear my voice. So it does use AI, and I've noticed that the voice isn't quite right, but is so much better than the crinkling. So I'm gonna show you. So this is a clip with the crinkling. Now some focal beads can be decorated like just round beads, like this one, that pack. We have Christmas, and this is the same clip with the noise cancellation. Now some focal beads can be decorated like just round beads, like this one, that pack. We have Christmas. So much better. So we can finish that straight away. So that's the first thing, and we'll upload it today because I did say I would upload it the next day last week. But it's ready to go. It's just I didn't know what to do about all that crinkling because it's almost so much crinkling you wouldn't want to watch it. But then I didn't want to get rid of the footage, and I've already made the stuff. So good news. So we'll get that done first up, get it uploaded. Next, okay, I'm going to show you a progress report on the frogs. I'm not going to show you the actual project because that is going in its own video, and I think it would spoil the video, and it's got quite a lot of hours to go. So this is where we're up to. Going good. As I mentioned in the tapestry video, there is a lot of color changes here. Like this was the biggest run of color I was doing. So it's like one black, one white, one black, 5, and it'd be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, or 2 there, you know, 2 of the same color. So once we get over here, and even this, I don't think I'm going to be doing these little dark patches in there. I think we'll do all this the same green, which is like it's a lime green, but it's different to this. This is going to be that variegated anyway, so there'll be a difference there. And this is the same as that. And because there's black outlines around, I don't think we need to put all those little bits in there. Same here. I don't know that we need those little pixels in there. So yeah, just to hurry it up a bit, we're going to get rid of that. But yeah, once I get sort of here upwards, should be smooth sailing. I also got a nice blue for there. So we're still working on that. I need to just film the 5-hour update where I actually show you what it looks like. So that's that. And next update. Okay, this is a quick update because nothing's changed. We need to do his head this week though, but I'm not planning to do it today. We'll focus tomorrow. Head, hair, because it pretty much takes the whole day. So hopefully today we'll get a few things that we could get the video uploaded, which is amigurumi sticks and the next project I'm going to show you. Okay, so on the weekend we went to a friend's house because I was going to feed their dog, and my partner went out to go see a concert with them, which he's still recovering from, and it's Tuesday. They went Saturday night. So anyway, I needed a easy project because the tapestry, I've had it on the table because it's so complicated at the moment with 1 pixel per color and all that stuff. I'm finding it easier to do in my room on the table, because if I need another color or add a color, like, that's just easy. So we had this mill ends, which I've since figured out. I knew it would be a Red Heart Stripes. It's the colorway Parrot. Love it. And so easy project was, wait, let me get a square. Easy project was plain granny squares, but they've got the color in it, and then put black around to really make the color pop. So I made this at our friend's house, and the girls watched the movie Descendants, the first one, because they have Disney Channel. We also got Stan, and it's terrible. Like, there is nothing new on there. It's all really old series. And I said to my partner, like, all of those series people would have on DVD if they still have like a laptop or somewhere they can play DVDs. Just stuff like Bones and just really old series. And all the new series are like really serious dramas, and we really like animation type stuff like Rick and Morty, Family Guy, all that kind of stuff. But apparently Rick and Morty's not on Netflix anymore, so I have to find out where they are. But yeah, we like South Park. I like sci-fi. There's no sci-fi on there. Like, even if they had, you know, Stargate, I would watch that, or Star Trek. So, but it's that kind of old, like really old stuff. But the movies are quite okay. So the girls have been watching movies on Stan because I have a lot of animated movies, and some of them are new. But for TV watching, wow. So anyway, what I did was I made plain granny squares, and they're 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't woven in the ends here, so we've got to, you know, with the magic circle. But I'm doing that as I go. And so this is a strip, and I decided to put them all into like colors and make it, excuse me, like an ombre. So this is where I'm up to, and this is inspired by a blanket that Michelle Jessic has in the back of her backgrounds, just like this. This is my rapid round granny square that we need to do a tutorial, and we need to, well, I've nearly written the pattern, but it's kind of special, so I want to wait to release it until like I have a few more subscribers. Maybe at 500 subscribers we can get that out and released. My favorite patterns are free with a paid version, so I've decided all my patterns I'll be doing that way. So it'll be free in a playlist on YouTube with a tutorial, and then it will be paid for on Etsy, or hopefully we'll get the website up and going. So at the moment, yes, we're just joining the strips this way. So I weave in the end, I join 2 together into the strip of 4, and then I join those strips together. Just like my carnation twist, and I think maybe I do it this way on this too. We join it how they do in quilting. So this is 3 rows joined together. Then I will put the next 3 rows, and then we join it in the middle. And that way you haven't got like a huge, you know, huge piece on one side with a little strip that you've got to join. It's like, yeah, joining it evenly and then in the middle. And then around the outside, we're going to do a really big border of this, like double crochet, or maybe we'll do like a strip of double crochet and a bobble, like make it textured, or do a waffle stitch. and then like a big border of black, and then a tiny like single crochet border of this, and a single crochet border of black, and then by the time we do that, that should be a single size bed. But I just love the bright colors against the black, and just an easy project. So I've got this much done in just 2 days, and I haven't been like busting myself to do it. I really busted myself to get that carnation twist video done. So this is a project we're going to work on to finish that video for Friday, but we really need to do the horse tomorrow. So that's that update. Also, I did a little bit of shopping this morning. We have to talk quietly because my boyfriend's at home. Partner, husband, whatever you want to call him. Okay, so also let's talk about, so I popped into Spotlight and I'm just going to pull up the clips that I've got, but I'll insert them while I'm talking. I did a bit of filming. I watched Crochet Vision's video. I'll put it here and a link and all the stuff, where she's gone shopping at Joann's, and everybody in America is like, my last shopping trip for the last 3 months. And so anyway, she put quite a few shopping trips in the one video, and then she did a video of what she got. I think I preferred the shopping video more to, because she talks a bit more, whereas the other video where she's putting it away, she's just counting. Anyway, but it's still funny because Ben's always like 1, 2, Anyway, I was waiting. He started counting and he didn't do it straight away. Anywho, she said in that video, I don't think I can get the clip, but maybe I'll just screenshot it. There's a brand that Joann's was going to bring out as a new line, and then because they started closing, they didn't bring it out. And the particular shop that she went to was a large store. So as the stores closed, they're bringing all the yarn to the one store, which is a large one. And so they had that line there, and she was saying, oh, what a shame, they were just about to bring this out and then they're closing down, so they've got to discount and get rid of it. Well, guess who's bought some? Spotlight has. So, and I'd say because it was a new line and it was already produced and stuff, like it, I think in a way it could be limited edition. And I think it really just does, you know, with my investigator hat, tell me that Spotlight does buy mill-ends, discounted stuff, all that kind of thing from America, and then it comes and resells it. So let's look at what I took, because I also filmed the mill-ends a little bit because there was heaps of good stuff in there, but also there was people around, so I didn't want to say too much. Okay, yeah, it's called Draper James Yarn. Spotlight's doing it 3 for $10. So in one section, and also in this clip, I'm just looking at the clip. So in one section you had, what is it? Let me look. It's textured. I think that could have been an acrylic one. So it's like textured with little bobbles in it. And above that is a Red Heart Granny Square yarn. So I think, and I did see, like, the store is quite messy at the moment. I did see that they had quite a bit of Red Heart Granny Square yarn in plastic in the very top shelves. So I'd say they are keeping that as a line, looks like. You've got to guess because they don't know, they can't tell you. And then on the end cap, you've got cotton in the Draper James, 3 for $10. So it's still like a real sale price. They must have got it really cheap. But Spotlight is having a store-wide sale. Oh yeah, so 50% acrylic, 50% cotton, and then under that is wool, Draper James. I'd say it looks about 8 ply. And then let's have a look at my mill end clip. Oh, before that, we've got Motivera blanket that's on special from $18 down to $11. They've got a lot of colors in my store, but my shelf for blanket yarn is really full, and I haven't even started making anything. So we do need to get on to rubber duckies and dragons, but for some reason I'm obsessed with blankets at the moment. We are coming into winter, so that could be why. I don't know. When I get an idea, I've got to do it, and I've got to do it till it's finished, otherwise it won't get finished. Here's the mill ends. Oh, So we had quite a bit of Red Heart Super Saver. There's a nice rainbow one, which I really considered, but I like I said, we've got to get onto dragons and stuff with the plush yarn. So we really have enough yarn at the moment for that kind of stuff. Let's see, what else? Oh, they've got cotton. I did buy, it's Abbey Road cotton. I think it's that one right there in a Milland, and the Millands are on special too, which is only $8.50. So if you're in Australia, get down, have a look in the Millands. They did have a blanket yarn, but it was like a reddy browny color, and I'm like, I just don't think I'll use that, so I didn't get it. Oh, that's in the clip. So next to the cotton, you'll see that blanket yarn. So that's all I got, and you can also see that Red Heart Granny Square color that nobody wants in the Millands. What else? Oh, there was these really large balls. I got the tiniest clip. They almost look like anniversary cakes, but I'm not quite sure, and I already have that Milland where it's got orange, blue and white, which I want to do a chevron blanket with. So I was like, no, don't need it. Oh, here's a better clip. Okay, in my second clip, you can see two really large balls. There's another Red Heart Granny, no, a Red Heart Stripes in like a red color. There's also another one. It looks gray on the clip, but it's gold with gold thread. And I also thought about that, but I was like, no, I already got gold for the mermaid tails. So, no, didn't get any of that. That's the clips. And what I did get was, I'm using, so this yarn, somebody in Australia on an Australian channel said is 12 ply. So I've got the 12 ply black, and in the video I'm making for this blanket, I'm like, I can't tell the difference between this and normal black, and I held them up together and they look the same. But as you work with it, it really, I think just on the ball of yarn I had was a little thinner in some sections, but to me it looks quite close. I don't know, you can see, yeah, it is, it's a little thinner, but I think it is better than the 8 ply. We can also get a 12 ply, but I don't think it's got black, so whatever. So I had to get 2 more of these. I've already used 2 and I only have a small amount left, which I think is only going to get the joining done. So that is going to be for borders. And I was so worried about running out of yarn for this blanket because I've only got 1 more row, I think. Oh, enough to do the 2 more rows. So 2 lots of 3. I'm not sure that's going to be big enough, even with borders on. So just in case, we got another lot. And I do love the colorway, so it can be a granny square cardigan, or I'll use it for something else. So, because I think this blanket's going to be really nice. And then I found, I believe this is Lily Pad. Yep, and that's one of my faves. So the cream on this is not very creamy. I would say that's why. I see that's a little brownish. Oh, it does look cream there. So maybe, oh, in real life it looks a little brown. So I feel like that's why it might be in the Milland, but I got 2 of those. And then I can make like a carnation twist blanket, because I did a sample square on that video and it looked really pretty. But if we do another carnation twist blanket, we're going to do it in a different configuration. There is like 5 to 6 different configurations that you can do. I might see if I could just put a quick collage here so you can see. Yeah, just to make it different. And I wouldn't do another tutorial. It'd just be like another look what I'm making type thing. So that's where we're at. That's all. Oh no, there's one more update. Okay, I'll just get it. Do you know another good thing about the noise cancelling technology, David? Don't. Is that when the dogs bark, we can edit that out. How good's that? Because sometimes I just have like one woof and it's in there, and if you have dogs and you're listening to it like loud, your dogs will start barking. Anyway, here's the other update. I already put it away. I just spent Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I spent 5 minutes just looking for this. I'm like, how can it disappear? I made it all neat. I put it away. I got a pattern. So this is it. I saw it on Pinterest and I want to make a blanket with it. It's a cross stitch pattern though. It's by Clouds Factory. It's a love affair. It's called Cabinet of Curiosities. So I want to make this as another, I've got to finish the frogs, but this will be like just another big project to do. But just document it as I'm making it. It's a paid pattern. It was $12 US, which I nearly died was $20 Australian, but it's really good. You get the colors, which will be DMC for cross stitch. I think this will be a really nice cross stitch, and I will do a black background as well. It's only 32 colors, so it is suitable for, you know, our Australian yarns where we can get the 8-ply marvel, or we can go to the cheap shop or online and get the knitting yarn, because I believe this range is 56 colors and the range for knitting yarn is like 100 and something. There's a lot of colors. Plus we have some variegateds that you could throw in if you wanted to. Then I went through, oh yeah, so you get black and white with symbols, you get colored, you get all on one page color, you get all on one page black and white. So I think I'm going to cross it off, like the all on one page. This is going to be a pretty big project. It is how many pixels? It does tell you that 171 stitches by 171. So when I did my tapestry blankets, I said we needed 78 by 100. So this is quite a bit bigger and it is square. I'm not sure it would be a queen size topper, but I have a king size bed, so when I make it we'll see how big it is on the king. If it fits the top of the king, it's probably like a queen size. Okay, I got a random number calling me. Anywho, so yeah, you get all the colors. It's really nicely put together. And in some areas has the same color, but I might just change it up a little bit. So I went through, yeah, I'm going to use the chart where it's all on one page, but it is quite teeny tiny, so then I'm just going to reference the bigger pictures that you get as well. I won't show it because it would be giving away the pattern, but I just went through here and I named all the yarns that I think would match those colors, and when I make the video we'll do a real close-up of that and I will give you the names that I've chosen as I do it. I'll give you one look at one of the, so these are the bigger pictures. So yeah, we'll reference that and we'll use the large picture as well. If you go on Pinterest, there's quite a lot of cross stitch patterns where people have taken a photo of the pattern and put it up there. But you know, where possible, if I do use one of those, I like to pay when I can. So I just bought this straight out. All that was on Pinterest was this picture. I'll give you a really good close-up. Oh, it's called Cabinet of Curiosities, and I think it's called Witches something on the, but I'll give you the link so you can just use the link. I was a little worried that it was going to be a scam. So they have this on AliExpress. So that's the two places that I found it. And normally if it's on AliExpress, like it was on AliExpress as a kit, you're like, So yes, I checked Etsy, which it wasn't there. And then I found it here at Clouds Factory. So you just got to do a little bit of research and make sure that that is the actual like pattern. And I did worry that this was a scam because I was like, $12, whatever, but I mean $20 Australian is a lot more than what I thought 12 was. It's like $10, you're like, who cares? It's like if I lose $10, whatever. But yeah, when I purchased it, I couldn't find like my downloads on there, and I got really worried that I wasn't able to get it because it sent it to my old email address, which was Yahoo, and then if you haven't logged in, it doesn't go on the whole thing. But that's why I like to buy stuff on Etsy because it's easy just to go to my purchases and it's all there. But as I've said in the past, Etsy wants to take 30% and it's a lot. So anyway, it is legit, all good, got the pattern, it's really awesome. So yes, I put everything in here and so it's ready for when I want to start, which is not yet because we must finish other projects first. I think we really need to make some plushies first as well. Another video that we can do this week is I really want to do my nails, which will be quick, and I want to do some pattern reviews, which is also quick. So that's all the updates. I had a lot of updates for you over the weekend. Lots happened, things just happen. And so yeah, I'm gonna go now and we'll get the amigurumi stick video finished. Just so the thing is, I cut up all the clips because I was trying to cut out as much crinkling as I could. So I cut out all the bits where I wasn't speaking or if the visual wasn't important. So now I have to click on each individual clip and do noise cancelling. But I think that's okay, like it's gotten rid of all the pauses and all that jazz anyway. So it's about a half-hour video and yes, very excited. So I'll go sort that out, I'll edit this clip, and then we'll probably be back around lunchtime. I'll see you soon. Okay, it's school pickup time, although I'm here early to get my parking spot. And good thing I did because I probably got assembly on and normally I won't get a parking spot. I think I left 5 minutes early. There's 2 parks left and I got one of them. Go me. So I got my Amy video up. So that was good. Got all the noise out of it. Some of the audio is a little bit weird where if I was mumbling a little bit, it kind of noise cancelled that too. But I just left it in. It was fine. And yeah, I think it came out okay now. Definitely, I don't think I could have coped watching it myself if it had all that bag rustling in it. It was just awful. So yay, good thing I found that little setting, and that'll be good to get rid of any dog barking. Speaking of dogs, I finished that about 12:30 and I was having some lunch, and then I looked over at Sizzle and she had a fat nose, and it's only just noticeable. I'll put a photo up. And so it's like, is it swollen? Isn't it? It's definitely swollen. She's probably been bitten by something in the garden. I wouldn't imagine it would be because there's not many around. Like, I don't have flowers flowering yet, but oh, I've got those little purple ones, but that's about it. And she doesn't snoot around as much as Dave, so I don't know what's happened, but I'd say it's a spider or a bee or something like that, or maybe even an ant. And so one side of her face is just a little bit swollen. So I called up the vet because everything else is fine. Like, she's eating fine. I don't think it's a tooth. She doesn't seem to be in pain. She's breathing fine, all that kind of thing. Whoops, I'm getting out of the car. And so, yeah, I just asked, like, what should I do? And they said, oh, you can bring her in for a antihistamine injection. And I said, oh, what I'll do, but you know, they said, is breathing okay, which it is. And so I said, what I'm going to do is, I'll go do the school pickup, which is a couple of hours. And if I get home and it's the same, I'm just going to leave it. It'll probably go away by itself. And if it's worse or if anything's happening with her breathing or anything like that, then I'll bring her in, and they're open till 6. So I'll get home about 3. But I'm pretty confident, like for the next hour when I was eating lunch and before I left, like nothing changed. And she's quite happy eating, drinking, everything's great. So, yeah. And while I was watching the Amy video through, I was sewing together that neon granny square blanket. So I got 2 more strips done, those sewed together, and I've nearly got another strip done. So that's the other half of the blanket done. But I got so tired. Making that blanket just makes me so sleepy. Like, I was like, oh man, I've got to get up. So I got up and I did some housework and that, and I had some lunch and had a drink, and yeah, now I'm here. So that's the update. If we've got any more updates on Sizzle, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'll probably see you tomorrow. Happy Wednesday. Where's the camera? Over here. Happy Wednesday. I'm at the school drop-off. I'm doing a little update now because I plan on going home. I've told my partner to get ready to go shopping. I asked him, do you want to give me the money and I'll go shopping, or do you want to come with me? Because he's been at home this whole week, laying in bed, doing nothing. I'm sure he would like to get out of the house or be forced to get out of the house. So I told him to be ready when I get home. So it's 8:30. I'll get home at 9. We've got to get cat food, dog food, and we've got to get stew stuff. He said he's really been liking the stews. That's been working out well for me, but it needs to go on this morning to be ready for tea tonight and do the Thursday, Friday dinner as well. I can cook something tonight as well. We'll see what he wants to do because we're going to go to the butcher. I would get meat from the supermarket, but so funny. Okay, I laugh about this because he's like, oh, he found Instagram. He's like not on the internet at all. But then we said, oh, you got to get on Instagram because me and his friend wanted to send him memes. And so he got on Instagram and then he went down this whole algorithm rabbit hole of like clean living, healthy eating that, you know, we all probably did like, oh, I don't know. I did this rabbit hole 10 years ago. And after I went down the rabbit hole of clean eating, zero waste, all the things, I just realized like there's no way to be zero waste. There's no way to individually save the world. I mean, obviously I've tried to do quite a few things like reusable containers. Yeah, I've got a lot of reusable containers. I have a compost bin. So everything that is organic, you know, like food, leftover bread, leftover cereals, all that kind of thing. And you like would have seen that in a cleaning vlog. That goes in the compost bin and then I put it back on my garden. So we definitely like reduce the amount of garbage that we put in our garbage bin. We do the can recycling, we do paper recycling, all that sort of thing. But he was like, went deep down the rabbit hole, like doesn't want me to use aluminium foil because apparently it's bad. I can't use a microwave because microwaves are bad. But those two things like haven't actually been proven. Like if they're going to kill you, it's very, very slow. He doesn't want to use the plastic containers. There has to be glass containers. So he bought these glass containers on Temu, but then they were tiny and you can't store anything in them anyway. So you and they've got plastic lids. Like even if you buy glass containers, they all have plastic lids. Like you cannot avoid plastic. You can do your best. Like I did all that. I kept all the plastic bottle lids and I recycled them by using them as loose parts in the daycare. Like we do a lot, but then he went super deep. And so he went into like, we have to eat organic meat. So I said, I don't like buying meat from the butcher because all of our local butchers, like number one, it's crazy expensive. Like we couldn't afford it, or I thought that we couldn't afford it. And also our local butcher would freeze things. And so when you bought it fresh, you didn't know it had been frozen before. So it's like a food health safety thing. But you buy it fresh and you'd have it in the fridge overnight to use tomorrow because sometimes it takes me a day to put it away. It'll only be in the fridge overnight and then I'll package it up and put it away because sometimes like doing all that shopping is a lot and then the next day I'll put it away or cut it up or whatever. But the next day it would be off and that tells me it was just about off when they froze it. So you've wasted money because then you couldn't eat the meat and it's not fresh. So yeah, then I went to supermarkets, but then he's like, I only want to buy from a butcher, blah, blah, blah. So that's the thing. We'll have to go to a butcher to get the meat for the stew. And I would have to say, like, we have been going to organic butchers and we have found some good butchers and the meat is really nice, really delicious. We had a steak last night from an organic butcher, but it's expensive. Like it's probably 1.5 the price. And that's the whole thing. Like he was earning 1.5 times what I was earning. But then I was, you know, he was spending 700 on bills. I was paying 700 on bills, which is equal. But then he doesn't do any housework. And I do all the housework and look after the children. So I quit my job so that he would start paying for things. And he does. He pays the bills, the home loan, and the food. And now I just have taken over the electricity, water rates, and I buy stuff for the girls. Like, I still do all the birthdays and that. So it's helped with that, but then he doesn't want to go to work because he knows I'm at home. But I am working when I'm at home. I'm making videos for YouTube, which I will eventually get paid for. So that's like a round robin of stuff that's going on. So I said to him, like, because you're so irresponsible and not going to work, then I need to build this YouTube channel so that I can take over the finances, because I don't do chaos. I don't do, like, we'll just work it out. Because that's sort of what he's like. He's like, I don't feel like going to work, so I won't. And then somehow it'll just work out, which it does. So we use he has paid a lot off our home loan in all that time that we were both working full time. So we use our home loan credit card, and he just looks in his bank account, and when the bank account is empty, that's when he'll go to work. And he's so good at what he does, because he's real OCD. He's a painter. Like, people just put up with it. He totally ghosted his, he is working for a guy who's paying him, like, subcontracting, but it's kind of like employed. And, the other person gets the work, and then he works for him, but it's still contracting. And, he totally ghosted him. Like, he rang him to see if he was going to work on Monday. Totally ghosted him. And then he rang him up last night, and everything's fine. I don't understand. But he does chaos. I like to do careful, planned, and once the YouTube channel makes money, you'll see I'm going to start using the Up app, and I'll be putting things away in a budget and carefully planning everything. And if you watch my manifestation video, you'll see that I've carefully planned everything out, and I've got my business plan, and I know what I'm doing, and I'm trying to post my 4 videos a week and all the things. So that's what's happening. So I said, oh, do you want to come to the supermarket? And he said, yes. And then I said, well, you need to be ready when I get home. I don't think you will be, but I'll give you an update. You could be surprised sometimes. And then he's like, oh, we should go do the recycling as well, the cans, and we'll take 2 cars. I'm like, no, we're not taking 2. Like, it turns into an all-day affair. I'm like, look, this can't be an all-day thing, because I've got to go home and film a video. Like, I just want to get the dinner in the slow cooker. That's my main goal. We've got to get cat food, dog food, get the slow cooker on, get some snacks and stuff for the girls for lunch. I got them cafe today. So I had snacks, but I didn't really have anything like substantial for the lunch part. So they get their chicken nuggets at cafe. So I did that. But yeah, we're out of dog food. We're out of cat food. We're out of everything. I'm out of Coke. I'm out of iced coffee. Like, we can't function. So yes. So then he wanted to do the cans. But secretly, he wants me to clean up his room, which is full of cans. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The funny thing about all this organic, like, rabbit hole is that he heavily drinks, like, at least twice a week. And I'm like, you put all that crap into your body, but then you want to eat organic. Doesn't make any sense. He's like, oh, whatever. Anyway, so he wants to do the recycling as well. And he's like, oh, we'll take 2 cars because we've got to empty out the whole, like we fill up our wheelie bins. We've got green waste, and because I recycle my own green waste in the garden, we don't use that, so we put the cans in there. But last time we went to the recycle centre, I took all the cans out of the wheelie bin into bags, and I put that in my car. So we don't need to take 2 cars because I've already emptied both the wheelie bins. There's only enough cans to really put in bags and put in my car. But yeah, he secretly wants me to clean his room, because I said, I'm not cleaning all the cans out of your room because you make a mess. You need to clean stuff up, because he still doesn't help with housework, which is why I quit my job, because then I can do housework and my videos and look after the kids, and it's a lot of pressure off me. So yes, we'll see. I said, you are doing your cans. He's like, let's do it together. No, because he's like, I tell people, when he says, let's do it together, it's like those group projects where the one person does no work and then they put their name on it. And I've told him he knows all this information openly, and he's got my YouTube channel. So if he actually watches this video all the way through, like, this will be in the middle somewhere. So if he watches this, he can't get mad because we've had these conversations. Anyway, rant over. That's what we're doing today. I'll be getting the stew on. I might film it if I can. And last night I caught something that he does that's annoying. So when I often watch my videos with headphones on, otherwise if I'm just watching it, he'll come in and it's kind of like a bit of echolele. He'll start repeating whatever they're saying, and it just annoys me because I'm listening to like him repeat it, but then they've continued the conversation. So I caught that on video. I was like, because I was recording, I was putting together my blanket, which is, I've got an update on that later on when I'm at home after we go shopping and stuff. I was recording putting that together, and I filmed it in real time, but of course I'm going to speed it up. And he came in and he started repeating what was on my iPad. And I said, I'm recording. And he was like, what? And I showed him where it was. It was just pointing onto the blanket. He's like, oh, that's okay, because he was only in his undies. And so anyway, there was that. And then Charlie came in and she asked for something because I was cooking dinner. I was like, while I'm cooking dinner, I'm going to get this sewn up. And yeah, so Charlie came in as well, and she came in and she's like, Mom, can I have XYZ? And then she saw the camera and she was like, So I hope I got that on camera, and I'll pop the little clips in. And I saw this, so let's try it. I've never had it before.
Just
so we're gonna give her a try. I'm recording on my other phone, by the way.
What?
I'm recording on the other phone, by the way. That phone's recording.
Oh, you can't see me, that's fine.
No, I can hear you, gay voice. I didn't know what this was supposed to taste in a Hawaiian cheap place, but... Mine also.
With up to 12 hours of targeted pain, so you can keep that whole race and maybe even catch old mate.
Okay. There you go. But yeah, it was just funny. Like, they both came in and then they saw the camera and they're like, freeze! So I'm like, I'm always working, okay? I might be, like, even housework, that is work. I just don't get paid for it. Anyway, hopefully I will one day when I get paid for YouTube. So, all right, I'm going to drive home. Let's Pray is ready. And I'll probably see you once I'm making the stew and back in my room, and I can show you the update on the blanket. See you soon. Okay, quick update. I just watched back the clip that I did before and the one from yesterday afternoon, and I forgot to tell you that Sizzle is okay. I got home, her face wasn't any more swollen. I should look at the camera, sorry. I got home, her face wasn't any more swollen, and this morning it's totally back to normal. So yeah, saved myself like $200 at the vet. Also, update on the cat, her sister's all healed up and she's all better and nice and fat again because she's eating well. So good news. So I've driven out to the supermarket. I got home and my partner wasn't ready. He was all cozied up in bed. I said, do you want to come to the supermarket or not? And he was like, oh, I don't know. Do you want me to? And I was like, look, I just want to go by myself because I've got to get it done quick because I've got to get home and I've got to film a video. And he was like, okay then. And I was like, so I need the card. And he, like, I hate asking for money because, like, he just thinks it's a game to not give me the card. And I was like, so I do the child thing, right? You offer two choices, but both of the choices are something that you want. So I said, would you like me to take the card or would you like me to go and get some cash? And he was like, here's the card. That's top tip. For children and for husbands, give them a choice, but both of those choices are things that you want. So also for kids, you'd be like, instead of put your shoes on, when they're going, yeah, I don't want it, you go, would you like the red shoes or the blue shoes today? And they'll choose one. Top psychological tip. So I went to the town over because it has Woolworths, it has Aldi, and it's got a butcher. I also have that in my own suburb, but that is the butcher I was talking about where they give you off meat all the time. This is the exact same chain of butcher, but they seem to be a lot busier. So I've got to get going. I'll see you at home and we'll make the stew. so I'm all back home, everything's been put away, and spoiler alert, it did turn into an all-day affair. So I'm just cutting up a whole bag of carrots. I only had baby carrots, which is so annoying. But yeah, I just do it all, like peel them all, cut them all up, and I just do like really large chunks. And then after that, we use pumpkin. I got a whole pumpkin this time. Normally I do a half. So I just cut it in half and use one half, and the other one I will cut up later and put it in the freezer. Pumpkin freezes really well. And again, just in massive chunks. Cut the skin off. And so some of the vegetables today are fresh and some are frozen because I got them last week and I cut them up. And so I just stick everything into a bowl. This is my homegrown sweet potato and it is also delicious. I also put normal potato in, but I put that in last. I boil it separately in a pot. Otherwise it can taste really watery if you slow cook it. So here's all my frozen stuff. I blitzed up all the onion last week. It's purple onion. For some reason my partner wants purple onion specifically. And then I have celery and then a bag of cut up mushrooms. Here are the little silicone trays I was talking about. We got them from Temu. And when I went to the butcher, I said, oh, I just need some, slow cooker meat. And she had casserole steak and she asked if I'd like it cut up. And I said, yes, please. So our slow cooker is really big. I don't know how big it is, but it's big. So I just brown the meat. And they have like little handles that you can pick up. And so I dump everything in there and all the juices can go in too. And I just like braised it for 6 minutes in the air fryer on the air fryer setting. And I did it in 2 lots. So it's not fully cooked through, but it's a bit browned. And yep, it works. And I like to use lots of oil. I think it makes it look nice and brown. And then I gave everything a stir. And I just used 3 beef stock cubes with some hot water. Normally I would put a can of beer in there. My partner was drinking beer a lot and then he stopped, and then we had a few like extra cans. So there's no more cans of beer left, so we're just going to use water and the beef stock. And once it's finished cooking, we're going to put some like gravy powder in there, which seems to make it taste good. I think that's why it tasted so good last time, because I put so much gravy powder in there. So 8 hours on the clock and we'll check back. Okay, it's the afternoon, we've had dinner. There's still 3 hours on the stew, so we just had burgers for dinner. And before I go and finish the vlog, I've got one more update on the blanket, because I'm going to go work on this now and then we should have it finished. So it's all together. This is our thick border. So I did double crochet and I did Suzette stitch, which was alternating slip stitch and half double crochet. So I got like a bump on each side. And then to finish it off, we're doing another half double. So then we'll repeat the same in black, and then we'll just do a single crochet colored, single crochet black, and then it will be finished. So doesn't really do it justice here, but you will have seen the video on Friday. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see. And check out these other videos.